An unpublished drama by Edgar Allan Poe. Roman 1 Rome a hall in a palace Alessandra, and Castiglione. Alessandra, thou art sad Castiglione. Castiglione sad not Roman 1 O I am, the happiest man in Rome. A few days more thou knowest my Alessandra, will make thee mine oh I am very happy. Alas methinks thou hast a singular way of showing thy happiness what ails thee cousin of mine. Why didst thou sigh so deeply? Cas did I sign? I was not conscious of it. It is a fashion, a most silly fashion I have. When I am very happy did I sigh sighing. Alas thou didst thou art, not well thou hast indulged too much of late, and I am vexed to see it. Late hours and wine Castiglionthes will ruin thee thou art, already altered thy looks are haggard nothing, so wears away the constitution, as late hours and wine. Cas musing nothing fair, cousin nothing not even deep sorrow, wears it away like evil hours and wine. I will amend. Unless do it I would have thee drop thy riotous company Tufalos, low-born, ill, suit the like with old Di Broglio's heir, and Alessandra's husband. Cas I will drop them. Unless thou wilt thou must attend thou also more to thy dress and equipagethy, are over plain for thy lofty rank and fashion much, depends upon appearances. Cas ill see to it. Unless then see to it pay more attention, sir, to a becoming carriage much, thou wantest in dignity. Cas much oh much, I want in proper dignity. Allegedly thou mockest me, sir. Cas abstractedly sweet gentle lalage. Unless heard I aright. I speak to him who speaks of lalage. Sir Count places her hand on his shoulder, what art thou dreaming? He's not well. What ails thee, sir? Cas startling cousin fair cousin madam. I crave thy pardon indeed, I am not well your hand from off my shoulder, if you please. This air is most oppressive madam the duke. Enter Di Broglio. Di Broglio my son I've news for thee what's the matter observing Alessandra. I the pouts kiss her Castiglione kiss her you dog, and make it up I say this minute. I've news for you both Politian is expected hourly in Rome Politian, Earl of Leicester. Well have him at the wedding teas, his first visit to the imperial city. Alas what Politian of Britain, Earl of Leicester. Di Brog the same my love. Well have him at the wedding, a man quite young in years, but grey in fame I have not seen him, but rumour speaks of him, as of a prodigy preeminent in arts and arms and wealth, and high descent, well have him at the wedding. Alas, I have heard much of this Politian. Gay, volatile, and giddy is he not? And little given to thinking. Die Brog far from it loves. No branch they say of all philosophy, so deep abstruse he has not mastered it. Learned as few are learned. Alas tease very strain. I have known men have seen Politian, and sought his company they speak of him, as of one who entered madly into life, drinking the cup of pleasure to the dregs. Cas ridiculous now I have seen Politian, and know him well nor learned nor mirthful he. He is a dreamer, and a man shut out from common passions. Die Brog children we disagree. Let us go forth and taste the fragrant air of the garden. Did I dream, or did I hear Politian, was a melancholy man exeunt. Roman 2. Rome a lady's apartment with a window open, and looking into a garden. Lalage in deep mourning reading at a table on which lie some books and a hand mirror in the background Jacinta, a servant maid, leans carelessly upon a chair. Lalage Jacinta, is it thou? Jack Jacinta pertly, yes mom I am here. I did not know Jacinta, you were in waiting. Sit down let not my presence trouble you sit down for, I am humble most humble. Jack aside tease time. Jacinta seats herself in a sidelong manner upon the chair, resting her elbows upon the back, and regarding her mistress with a contemptuous look. Lalage continues to read. Lalad in another climate, so he said, bore a bright golden flower, but not I this soil pauses turns over some leaves, and resumes no lingering winters there nor snow nor shower, but ocean ever to refresh mankind breathes, the shrill spirit of the western wind, O beautiful most beautiful how, like to what my fevered soul doth dream of heaven. O happy land pauses she deed the maiden died. A still more happy maiden who couldst die. Jacinta. Jacinta returns no answer, and Lalage presently resumes again a similar tale, told of a beauteous dame beyond the sea. Thus speaketh one Ferdinand in the words of the play she died full young on Bossola. Answers him, I think not so her infelicity seemed to have years too, many a luckless lady. Jacinta still no answer. Hear us a far sterner story, but like very like in its despair of that Egyptian, queen winning so easily 1,000 hearts losing at length her own. She died thus endeth the history and, her maids lean over and weep to gentle maids, with gentle names Iros and Charmian. Rainbow and Dove Jacinta. Jack pettishly madam what is it? Lal wilt thou my good Jacinta be so kind as go down in the library, and bring me the holy evangelists. Jack Pshaw exit. Lal if there be balm for the wounded spirit in Gilead, it is there. Do in the night time of my bitter trouble, will there be found do sweeter far than that which hangs like chains of pearl on Herman Hill re-enter Jacinta, and throws a volume on the table, their mom s the book indeed she is very troublesome aside. Lal astonished, what didst thou say Jacinta, have I done aught to grieve thee, or to vex thee I am sorry. For thou hast served me long, and ever been trustworthy, and respectful resumes her reading. Jack I can't believe she has any more Jules Nanoche gave me all aside. Lal what didst thou say Jacinta now, I bethink me thou hast not spoken lately of thy wedding. How fares good Ugond, when is it to be? Can I do aughties there, no farther aid thou needest Jacinta. Jack is there no farther aid. That's meant for me aside I am sure madam, you need not be always throwing those jewels in my teeth. Lal Jules Jacintano indeed Jacinta, I thought not of the jewels. Jack oh perhaps not. But then I might have sworn it, after all their Hugo says the ring is only paste for he s. Sure the Count Castiglione never would have given a real diamond to such as you, and at the best I am certain, madam, you cannot have use for jewels now. But I might have sworn it. Exit Lalage bursts into tears, and leans her head upon the table after a short pause raises it. Lal poor Lalajand is it come to this? Thy servant made but Currigetti's, but a viper whom thou hast cherished to sting thee to the soul. Taking up the mirror, ha here at least a friend too much a friend in earlier days a friend, will not deceive thee. Fair mirror and true, now tell me for thou canst Atalia, pretty tale and heed, thou not though it be rife with woe, it answers me. It speaks of sunken eyes and wasted cheeks, and beauty long deceased remembers me, of joy departed hope the seraph hope, inurned and entombed no, in a tone low sad and solemn, but most audible whispers of early grave, untimely yawning for ruined made fair mirror and truth who least not. Thou hast no end to gain a heart to break Castiglione lied, who said he loved thou true false. While she speaks a monk enters her apartment and approaches unobserved. Monk refuge thou hast sweet daughter, in heaven think of eternal things. Give up thy soul to penitence and pray. Lal arising hurriedly, I cannot pray my soul is at war with God. The frightful sounds of merriment below disturb my sensesco, I cannot pray the sweet airs from the garden worry me. Thy presence grieves Megathi, priestly raiment fills me with dread the ebony crucifix with horror and awe. Monk think of thy precious soul. Lal think of my early days think of my father and mother in heaven, think of our quiet home, and the rivulet that ran before the door. Think of my little sisters think of them. And think of methink of my trusting love, and confidence his, vows me ruin think of my unspeakable miser Ibgon. Yet stay what was it thou saidst of prayer and penitence, didst thou not speak of faith and vows before the throne? Monk I Roman 999, Lal tease well. There is a vow were fitting, should be made a sacred vow imperative, and urgent a solemn vow. Monk daughter this zeal is well. Lal father this zeal is anything but well. Hast thou a crucifix fit for this thing? A crucifix whereon to register this sacred vow he hands her his own, not that no shuddering, not that I tell thee holy man thy raiments, and thy ebony cross affright me. Stand back I have a crucifix myself, I have a crucifix methinks twere fitting the deed the vow symbol of the deed, and the deed's register should tally father. Draws a cross-handled dagger, and raises it on high behold the cross, wherewith a vow like mine is written in heaven. Monk thy words are madness daughter, and speak a purpose, unholithy lips are livid, thine eyes are wild tempt, not the wrath divine. Pause ere too late be not rash. Swear not the oath swear it not. Lal tease sworn. Roman 3, an apartment in a palace Politian and Baldassar. Baldassar, arouse thee now, Politian. Thou must not, nay, indeed, shalt not give away unto these humours be thyself. Shake off the idle fancies that beset thee and live for now thou deest. Politian, not so, Baldassar, surely I live. Bal Politian, it doth grieve me to see thee thus. Paul Baldassar, it doth grieve me, to give thee cause for grief, my honoured friend. Command me, sir, what wouldst thou have me do? At thy behest I will shake off that nature which from my forefathers I did inherit, which with my mother's milk I did imbibe, and be no more Politian but some other. Command me, sir. Bow to the field, thento the field to the senate, or the field. Paul, alas, alas. There is an imp would follow me even there. There is an imp hath followed me even there. There is, what voice was that? Bal, I heard it not. I heard not any voice except thine own, and the echo of thine own. Paul, then I but dreamed. Bal, give not thy soul to dreams, the camp court, befit thee fame awaits thee, glory calls, and her the trumpet, and thou wilt not hear in hearkening to imaginary sounds and phantom voices. Paul, it is a phantom voice. Didst thou not hear it then? Bal, I heard it not. Paul, thou heardst it not. Baldassar, speak no more to me, Politian, of thy camps and courts. Oh, I am sick, even unto death of the hollow and high-sounding vanities of the populous earth. Bear with me yet a while. We have been boys, toads, schoolfellows, and now our friendship shall not be so long for in the eternal city. Thou shalt do me a kind and gentle office, and a power august, benignant, and supreme, shall then absolve thee of all further duties unto thy friend. Bal, thou speakest a fearful riddle, I will not understand. Paul, yet now as fate approaches, and the hours are breathing low, the sands of time are changed to golden grains, and dazzle me, Baldassar, alas, alas. I cannot die, having within my heart so keen a relish for the beautiful as hath been kindled within it. Methinks the air is balmier now than it was wont to be. Rich melodies are floating in the winds, a rarer loveliness bedecks the earth, and with a holier lustre the quiet moon sitteth in heaven. Hist, thou canst not say thou hearest not now, Baldassar. Bal, indeed I hear not. Paul, not hear it, listen, no listen, the faintest sound, and yet the sweetest that ear ever heard. A lady's voice and sorrow in the tone. Baldassar, it oppresses me like a spell. Agin, how solemnly it falls into my heart of hearts, that eloquent voice. Surely I never heard it were well had I, but heard it with its thrilling tones in earlier days. Bal, I myself hear it now. Be still, the voice, if I mistake not, greatly proceeds from yonder lattice which, you may see very plainly through the window it belongs, does it not, unto this palace of the Duke? The singer is undoubtedly beneath the roof of his Excellency, and perhaps is even that Alessandra of whom he spoke as the betrothed of Castiglione, his son and heir. Paul, be still, it comes again. Voice, and is thy heart so strong, very faintly, as for to leave me thus, who hath loved thee so long? In wealth and woe among. And is thy heart so strong as for to leave me thus? Say nay, say nay. Bal, the song is English, and I oft have heard it in merry England never, so plaintively. Hist, it comes again. Voice, is it so strong, more loudly, as for to leave me thus, who hath loved thee so long, in wealth and woe among? And is thy heart so strong as for to leave me thus? Say nay, say nay. Bal, 'tis hushed and all is still. Paul, all is not still. Bal, let us go down. Paul, go down, Baldassar, go. Bal, the hour is growing, Lada, Duke, awaits use thy presence is expected in the hall below, what ails the Earl, Politian? Voice, who hath loved thee so long, distinctly in wealth and woe among. And is thy heart so strong? Say nay, say nay. Bal, let us decentes time, Politian, give these fancies to the wind, remember, pray, your bearing lately savoured much of rudeness, unto the Duke, arouse thee, and remember. Paul, remember, I do lead on, I do remember. Going, let us descend, believe me, I would give freely, would give the broad lands of my earldom to look upon the face, hidden by yon lattice, to gaze upon that veiled face, and hear once more that silent tongue. Bal, let me beg you, sir, descend, with meth Duke may be offended. Let us go down, I pray you. Voice, loudly, say nay, say nay. Policide tease, strange eddies, very strange methought the voice chimed in with my desires, and bade me stay. Approaching the window, sweet voice, I heed thee and will surely stay. Now be this fancy by heaven, or be it fate still, will I not descend Baldassar make apology unto the Duke for me? I go not down tonight. Bow your lordship's pleasure, shall be attended to good night pollution. Paul, good night, my friend, good night. Roman 4, the gardens of a palace, moonlight, lalage, and pollution. Lalage and dust, thou speak of love to me, polishiandust, thou speak of love to lalage, woe is me. This mockery is most cruel indeed. Pollution, weep not, O sob not, thus the bitter tears. Will madden me, O mourn not, lalage, be comforted, I know it all, and still I speak of love, look at me, brightest and beautiful lalage, and hear thine eyes. Thou askest me if I could speak of love, knowing what I know, and seeing what I have seen. Thou askest me that, and thus I answer thee thus on my bended knee. I answer thee kneeling, sweet lalage, I love thee, love thee throw good and ill throw weal, and woe I love thee. Not mother with her firstborn on her knee thrills with intenser love than I for thee. Not on God's altar in any time or clime, burned there a holier fire than burneth now within my spirit for thee, and do I love arising even for thy woes, I love thee even, for thy woes, thy beauty and thy woes. Lal, alas, proud Earl, thou dost forget thyself, remembering me. How in thy father's halls among the maidens pure and reproachless of thy princely line could the dishonored lalage abide? Thy wife, and with a tainted memory, my seared and blighted name, how would it tally with the ancestral honors of thy house, and with thy glory? Paul, speak not to me of glory. I hate, I loathe the name, I do abhor the unsatisfactory and ideal thing. Art thou not lalage and I pollution? Do I not love art, thou not beautiful? What need we more ha glorino, speak not of it. By all I hold most sacred, and most solemn, by all my wishes know me fears hereafter, by all I scorn on earth, and hope in heaven, there is no deed I would more glory in than in thy cause to scoff at the same glory, and trample it under foot. What matters it, my fairest and my best, that we go down unhonored and forgot into the dust, so we descend together. Descend todtheran then perchance. Lal, why dost thou pause pollution? Paul, and then perchance arise together lalage, and roam the starry and quiet dwellings of the blessed and still. Lal, why dost thou pause pollution? Paul, and still todther. Lal, now Earl of Leicester. Thou lovest me, and in my heart of hearts I feel thou lovest me truly. Paul, O lalage, throwing himself upon his knee, and lovest thou me? Lal, hissed hush within the gloom of yonder trees, methought a figure passed, a spectral figure solemn, and slow, and noiseless like the grim shadow conscience, solemn and noiseless. Walks across and returns, I was mistaken was, but a giant bough stirred by the autumn wind pollution. Paul, my lalage, me love, why art thou moved? Why dost thou turn so pale, not conscience self, far less a shadow, which thou likenest to it should shake the firm spirit thus? But the night wind is chilly, and these melancholy boughs throw over all things a gloom. Lal, pollution. Thou speakest to me of love, knowest thou the land with which all tongues are busy, a land, new, found miraculously found by one of Genoa, 1,000 leagues within the golden west. A fairy land of flowers and fruit and sunshine, and crystal lakes, and overarching forests and mountains around whose towering summits the winds of heaven untrammeled flow, which air to breathe is happiness now, and will be freedom hereafter in days that are to come. Paul, O wilt thou fly to that paradise, me lalage, wilt thou fly thither with me, their care shall be forgotten, and sorrow shall be no more, and eros be all. And life shall then be mine, for I will live for thee. And in thine eyesen thou shalt be no more a mourner, but the radiant joys shall wait upon thee, and the angel hope attend thee ever. And I will kneel to thee and worship thee, and call thee my beloved, my own, my beautiful, my love, my wife, my aloe, wilt thou lalage, fly thither with me. Lal, a deed is to be done, Castiglione lives. Paul, and he shall die, exit. Lal, after a pause, and his dialas. Castiglione die, who spoke the words. Whereum what was it he said, pollution? Thou art not gone, thu are not gone, pollution. I feel thou art not gone, dare not look lest I behold thee not, thou couldst not go with those words upon thy lips, so speak to me. And let me hear thy voice on word to say thou art not gone, own little sentence to say, how thou dost scorn, how thou dost hate my womanly weakness, ha, thou art not gone, oh speak to me, I knew thou wouldst not go. I knew thou wouldst not, couldst not, durst not go. Villain thou art, not gone thou mockest me. And thus I clutch Thethys, he is gone, where itis well tease very well. So that the blade be keenth blow, be sure tease, well tease, very well all is alas. Roman 5, the suburbs pollution alone. Pollution this weakness grows upon me, I am faint, and much I fear me a lit will not do to die ere I have live stay thy hand O Azrael, yet a while prince of the powers of darkness, and the tomb O pity me. O pity me let me not perish now, in the budding of my paradisal hope. Give me to live yet a little while tease I who pray for life I who so late demanded, but to Duhat saith the Count. Enter Baldassar. Baldassar that knowing no cause of quarrel, or of feud between the Earl Pollution and himself. He doth decline your cartel. Paul, what didst thou say? What answer was it you brought me, good Baldassar? With what excessive fragrance the zephyr comes laden from yonder bower day, or one more worthy, Italy methinks no mortal eyes have seen what said the Count. Bal that he Castiglione not being aware of any feud existing, or any cause of quarrel between your lordship and himself, cannot accept the challenge. Paul, it is most true, all this is very true. When saw you, sir, when saw you now Baldassar in the frigid ungenial Britain, which we left so lately, a heaven so calm as this, utterly free from the evil taint of cloud send, he did say. Bal no more, my lord, than I have told you, sir, the Count Castiglione will not fight having no cause for quarrel. Paul, now this is true, all very true, thou art my friend Baldassar, and I have not forgotten it. Thou'lt do me a piece of service, wilt thou go back and say unto this man, that I the Earl of Leicester hold him a villain, this much I prithee say, unto the Count it is exceeding, just he should have cause for quarrel. Bal, my lord, me friend. Paul aside tease, he comes himself aloud, thou reasonest well. I know what thou wouldst say, not send the message, well I will think of it, I will not send it. Now prithee leave me, hither doth come a person, with whom affairs of a most private nature I would adjust. Bal, I got tomorrow, we meet do we note at the Vatican. Paul, at the Vatican exit Bal. Enter Castiglione. Cast the Earl of Leicester here. Paul, I am the Earl of Leicester, and thou seest dost thou not that I am here? Cast my lord, some strange, some singular misunderstanding, hath without doubt arisen, thou hast been urged thereby in heat of anger, to address some words, most unaccountable, in writing to me Castiglione, the bearer being Baldassar Duke of Surrey? I am aware of nothing which might warrant thee in this thing, having given thee no offence, I write. 'Twas a mistake undoubtedly, all do err at times. Paul, draw villain, and prate no more. Cas hadruan villain, have it thee then at once, proud Earl draws. Paul, drawing thus to the expiatory tomb, untimely sepulchre, I do devote thee in the name of Lalage. Cas letting fall his sword, and recoiling to the extremity of the stay. Of Lalage. Hold off thee sacred hand, avant, I say. Avant, I will not fight thee, indeed I dare not. Paul, thou wilt not fight with me, didst say, Sir Count? Shall I be baffled thus? No, this is well, didst say thou darest not, ha? Cas, I dare not hold off thy hand with that beloved name, so fresh upon thy lips, I will not fight thee, I cannot dare not. Paul, now by my holidom, I do believe word, I do believe thee. Cas ha coward this may not be. Clutches his sword and staggers towards Pollution, but his purpose is changed before reaching him, and he falls upon his knee at the feet of the Earl. Alas, my lord, it is most true, in such a cause I am the veriest coward, O pity me. Paul, greatly softened, alas, I do indeed I pity thee. Cas and Lalage. Paul, scoundrel, arise and die. Cas, it needeth not Bethus this, oh let me die thus on my bended knee, it were most fitting that in this deep humiliation I perish. For in the fight I will not raise a hand against the Earl of Leicester, strike thou home. Bearing his bosom here is no let or hindrance to thy weapon, strike home, I will not fight thee. Paul, now as death in hell. Am I not sorely grievously tempted to take thee at thy word. But mark me, sir, think not to fly me thus, do thou prepare for public insult, in the streets before, the eyes of the citizens ill, follow thee like an avenging spirit ill, follow thee even unto death before those whom thou lovest, before all Rome ill taunt, thee villain ill taunt thee dust here with cowardice, thou wilt not fight me. Thou least thou shalt exit. Cas, now this indeed is just. Most righteous and most just avenging heaven. In the book there is a gap in numbering the notes between 12 and 29. Mid. Note. Such portions of Politian as are known to the public first saw the light of publicity in the Southern Literary Messenger for December 1835 and January 1836, being styled scenes from Politian, an unpublished drama. These scenes were included unaltered in the 1845 collection of poems by Poe. The larger portion of the original draft subsequently became the property of the present editor, but it is not considered just to the poet's memory to publish it. The work is a hasty and unrevised production of its author's earlier days of literary labor, and beyond the scenes already known scarcely calculated to enhance his reputation. As a specimen, however, of the parts, unpublished, the following fragment from the first scene of Act Roman II may be offered. The Duke, it should be premised, is uncle to Alessandra, and father of Castiglione, her betrothed. Duke, why do you laugh? Castiglione, indeed. I hardly know myself. Stay, was it not on yesterday we were speaking of the Earl? Of the Earl Politian, yes, it was yesterday. Alessandra, you, and one you must remember. We were walking in the garden. Duke, perfectly. I do remember it. What of it? What then? Cas, nothing at all. Duke, nothing at all. It is most singular that you should laugh at nothing at all. Cas, most singular. Duke, look you, Castiglione, be so kind as tell me, sir, at once what tease you mean. What are you talking of? Cas, was it not so? We differed in opinion touching him. Duke, him whom? Cas, why, sir, the Earl Politian. Duke, the Earl of Leicester, yes, is it he you mean? We differed indeed. If I now recollect, the words you used were, that the Earl you knew was neither learned nor mirthful. Cas, ha hano did I? Duke, that did you, sir, and well I knew at the time you were wrong, it being not the character of the Earl whom all the world allows to be a most hilarious man. Be not my son too positive again. Cas, d's singular. Most singular. I could not think it possible so little time could so much alter. To say the truth, about an hour ago, as I was walking with the Count San Azo all arm in arm, we met this very man the Earl with his friend Baldassar, having just arrived in Rome. Halha, he is altered. Such an account he gave me of his journey. 'Twould have made you die with laughter. Such tales he told of his caprices, and his merry freaks along the road. Such oddity, such humor, such wit, such whim, such flashes of wild merriment, set off too in such full relief by the grave demeanor of his friend who, to speak the truth, was gravity itself. Duke, did I not tell you? Cass, you didn't yet tease. Strange, but true as strange, how much I was mistaken. I always thought the Earl a gloomy man. Duke, so you see, be not too positive. Whom have we here? It cannot be the Earl. Cass, the Earl, oh no, tease not the Earl, but yet it isen leaning upon his friend Baldassar, and welcome, sir. Enter Politian and Baldassar. My lord, a second welcome. Let me give you to Rome his grace the Duke of Broglio. Father, this is the Earl Politian, Earl of Leicester in Great Britain. Politian bows haughtily, that his friend Baldassar, Duke of Surrey, the Earl, has letters so please you for your grace. Duke, halha, most welcome to Rome, and to our palace, Earl Politian. And you, most noble Duke, I am glad to see you. I knew your father well, my lord Politian. Castiglione, call your cousin hither, and let me make the noble Earl acquainted with your betrothed. You come, sir, at a time most seasonable, the wedding. Politian, touching those letters, sir, your son made mention of your son, is he not? Touching those letters, sir, I wot not of them. If such there be, my friend Baldassar here, Baldassar, ami friend Baldassar here, will hand them to your grace. I would retire. Duke, retire so soon? Came what ho, Benito Rupert? His lordship's chamber, show his lordship to them. His lordship is unwell, enter Benito. Bend this way, my lord, exit, followed by Politian. Duke, retire, unwell. Bow so please you, sir, I fear me tease, as you say his lordship is unwell. The damp air of the evening, fatigue of a long journey, indeed, I had better follow his lordship, he must be unwell. I will return anon. Duke, return anon. Now this is very strange, Castiglione. This way, my son, I wish to speak with thee. You surely were mistaken in what you said of the Earl. Mirthful, indeed, which of us, said Politian, was a melancholy man, exeunt.